Welcome to Professional Development Requirements for North Carolina Early Childhood Educators. Hi, my name is Daniel Bates, and I'm your learning facilitator for this video. We will explore these three learning objectives. First, understand the standard components that are part of approved professional development by the Division of Child Development and Early Education. Second, review required professional development in North Carolina child care. Third, identify where to find approved professional development in the field. Let us first take a look at the standards for professional development. Please note that you can also find in-depth information about professional development from the Division of Child Development and Early Education website at www.ncchildcare.nc.gov. DCDEE has procedures written in the NC Child Care Rules for professional development. A professional development practitioner or trainer can submit to the division for ideas for professional development, yet there are many steps to consider, such as does the training meet the division's guidelines, and does the person training it have the education to actually provide it. In this video, we are exploring the required standards that must be at least identified in professional development. Educators in North Carolina regulated child care and early education programs must complete the division's approved training hours annually that are determined based primarily on their educational background. You can find more about that by visiting the division's website. The professional development training events that are approved by the division must include one of the following required standards: planning a safe, healthy learning environment, children's physical and intellectual development, children's social and emotional development, productive relationships with families, program management, professionalism, observing and recording children's behavior, child growth and development, inclusion of children with special needs. What are the required professional development trainings? Required professional development must start from the top. If a person has interest in operating a program, they must register on the division's website for the pre-licensing workshop, which is an overview of every considerable component for operating a regulated child care program. This workshop is generally 2 days and held across North Carolina in various locations. CPR and first aid are a must. There must be a person at all times on site with approved and current CPR and first aid certifications. These two should never be taken online, as the division requires it in person and facilitated by an approved trainer. Upon completion, you should receive a card stating that you have completed CPR and/or first aid from the approved agency. An example of such agency is Red Cross or American Heart, and this should be done before the renewed date. Playground safety is a one-time, 4-hour professional development devoted to understanding the health and safety rules in the outdoor learning environment areas of a program. Details on equipment safety and supervision techniques are a part of this training. Some early childhood professionals that have been in the field for a while may recall playground safety as sensible, safe play. Professional development on infant-toddler safe sleep and sudden infant death syndrome, also known as ITSIDS, is required for early educators working with children under 12 months of age. It must be renewed within 3 years of the date of the certificate of completion. Basic School Age Care, otherwise known as BSAC, is a one-time 5-hour requirement for school age care professionals or any person that works in the school age care setting by the first 90 days of employment, or 60 days if during the summer months, which is considered between May and September. Now, as a side note, BSAC is commonly provided by regional CCR&Rs and the North Carolina School Age Quality Improvement Project. And this is because these two agencies work beyond the birth through 5. They work with school age professionals as well. Emergency preparedness and response in child care is a one-time 5-hour professional development requirement for at least one person per program. The acronym for emergency preparedness is known as EPR. Programs have 4 months to complete their EPR plan, and if a person with EPR certification leaves a program, that program has 4 months to replace them with someone else that has the EPR certification. Or they have to find the professional development and get that certification as soon as possible. Here are some additional professional development events that many consider to help strengthen their leadership skills. While these are not a requirement, these are often requested. Introduction to cultural competence awareness for recognizing strengths and needs of awareness and skills for culturally responsive teaching. Intro to North Carolina Foundations of Early Learning and Development, which guides learning participants on how to use the North Carolina Foundations. Strategies for Challenging Behaviors, provided by the Healthy Social Behavior Project, which is an introduction to guiding behaviors, including social and emotional, by using and understanding the pyramid model. Other professional development to consider includes those related to the environment rating scales, such as the infant toddler or ITERS, early childhood ECHRs, school age care, SACRs, or family child care home FICRs. These are extremely helpful if a program has a desire to improve their quality. It is a must for many that are planning to go through an environmental rating scale assessment. Now that we have an idea about approved and required professional development, where can one go to find approved DCD-EE professional development? Regional Child Care Resource and Referrals work hand in hand with providing professional development that is mandatory from the division. This includes professional development ranging from birth to school age, plus specialized trainings based on needs or request. Community colleges and universities sometimes offer professional development in early education. Early educators can substitute coursework one time for annual training hours. The division is in charge of validating this work. Please note that this is only for regionally accredited institutions. Independent contractors can get approved through DCD-EE. However, it is extremely important to consider the courses provided, their educational background, and their experience. The North Carolina Institute for Early Childhood Professional Development links professionals to seated and online professional development across the state. This includes credit towards certification in the early childhood and school age care setting. Partnership for Children and Smart Start offer professional development based on what they believe is important for their locals and their counties. In closing, we have went through an overview of the 3 learning objectives on your screen. Again, you can find out more by visiting the DCD-EE website at www.ncchildcare.nc.gov. Consider designing your own plan and completing these professional development certifications. Make a copy of your certificate and place it in your portfolio. Remember that you can take the same professional development as many times as you like. However, the same certifications may only count as one time for annual training hours. Always refer to DCD-EE to build confidence if you feel unsure about a required professional development.